Yeah, in the last few minutes, we can confirm that Chris Eubank Jr has missed the weight. So he was weighing in this morning, aiming for £160, which is the middleweight limit, but he has missed it, and it is fine margins. Can bring you the details. On his first attempt at weighing in, missing it initially by 2 ounces. That's how small we're talking. On his second attempt, he has missed it by ½ an ounce, and ultimately that's cost him £500,000 as per the contract that he has with Conor Benn. I'm going to bring in these guys here and we're going to talk about it. First, Andy Clark. We knew it'd be tight, but he has successfully made middleweight a number of times, so we thought he could and would do it, but really fine margins.
Yeah, it's a fractional thing. It's kind of great entertainment in the build-up to fight week, to be honest. The fact that he's missed it by ½ an ounce, I don't think really means anything at all in the context of what we'll see in the ring, but we saw him arrive just after 12. So Conor Benn weighed in at 11:26, and at that point, under British Boxing Board of Control rules for this fight, he's got an hour Eubank to arrive and make weight. He arrived just after 12, I would say, 2 ounces, kicked a load of cameras out, called out for a towel so that he could remove his underwear. That took a while. Reweighed 1 ounce over, then disappeared to the gym next door. He had a handful of minutes remaining at that point, did a little bit of work, came back, and in the end it's ½ an ounce. And it's a very expensive ½ ounce, but it was, as I say, it's the fun of the fair in fight week, basically. But in the context of the fight itself, I don't think it really means an awful lot that he's missed it by ½ an ounce, because I saw him and I thought he looked okay. He's just missed it, and he will be kicking himself because it's a lot of money. Yeah, I mean, you say all the fun of the fair. I don't suppose it's been much fun for him over the last few hours. No reaction as yet from Conor Benn, but if we can bring you in, Matt. I mean, initially your reaction to this news, and Andy saying he doesn't think it does ultimately make a lot of difference to the fight itself.
I mean, it literally is the tiniest of fractions, which makes me think that he's just got it wrong. You know, he just misjudged it at the scales he was checking his weight on. I don't know. And the fact that he went away and was able to get a sweat on in a short period of time. Like, if he was bone dry, he probably wouldn't even have been able to have done that. It's a funny one, because I've just seen Tony Sims before, who obviously trains Conor Benn. And we were having a chat, and like, he's so confident anyway, but obviously this has made him more confident. And confidence, when you speak to someone, it can be infectious, can't it? Now, I've picked Eubank to win when people have asked me up to now, because you look at his resume and then you see the two of them standing next to each other. Like, there's no comparison in the resume of Eubank's and Conor Benn's, and then you look at the physical advantages of Eubank. But you know, Father Time is Father Time, and fighters, you see them that when they are shot past it, sometimes they can be a shell of themselves, and then if you throw on top of them a weight issue, and look, it will be hard for him to make weight. You know, we can say, oh, a fraction of an ounce, it's the tiniest, he might have misjudged it, and that's my initial thoughts on it. But if he is really struggling that much to make it, and it's really, and then also there's the rehydration clause tomorrow. Yeah, you know, this is starting to be quite expensive for Eubank Jr. I don't care how much money you've got. $500,000 or pounds is a lot of money. You don't want to lose it, so he won't want to miss that as well. But if he's really tight at the weight, £10 might not be enough for him to. He might well come in over the £10 in the rehydration clause.
Let's just explain that to people, because we're talking about this middleweight limit of £160, but there is a clause in this contract whereby Chris Eubank Jr is unable to put on more than £10 by tomorrow morning. So we fully expected him to make use of that weight, but it's interesting you think that, you know, that's going to prove really crucial now.
Yeah, well, if he's taken £10 off from last night to now, which I would say he probably has, you know, to then only be £10 heavier in the morning, you might say, yeah, well, you've put the water back in. Yeah, but it's not just water. You're going to have you need to put electrolytes back in. You need to rehydrate properly. Salts, that holds water. So you might not then. Do you know what I mean? He could easily be over. He could be 12, 13, 14 pounds in the morning. I don't know what happens if that's the case. I guess it's a hefty fine.
No, I don't know. That's not something I could comment on. I guess ultimately it's just a case of how much is it going to cost him. But what would be the plan now? I guess he'll go away, both of them rehydrate.
I suppose he's just got to. Eubank's just got to try and put this out of his head now. So what's done is done. You know, the fight's on. He's going to pay the fine. I suppose he just wants to try and stay within that £10 now, so he doesn't have to pay a bigger one.
Okay. Anything further to add, I guess?
Not really. I think he'll be annoyed that he's missed it, because he could have made it. He could have made it if he'd left himself a bit more time. By the look of him, he could have made it, because, as Matt said, he went off to the gym. He did manage to get a sweat on. He wasn't completely dry, so I think he'll be slightly irritated with himself. The £10 weigh-in, I'm not sure that's going to be that big a problem, to be honest, because whenever I've seen him fight at 160 before, I've never looked at him in the ring on fight night and thought, wow, he looks massive, that he's put on lots of weight. With that kind of slim build that he's got, weight can go on without you really seeing it. But yeah, he'll get the electrolytes in, replenished, probably have one proper meal, and hopefully sleep well tonight, because what he doesn't need tonight is a kind of sleepless night, waking up every hour, looking at the clock, thinking, am I going to make it? That's no good, because Conor Benn will sleep like a baby tonight. He weighed in at 156, and I know the way they've done it, they have brought him down to under the weight from above it, and they do plan to observe that kind of ritual and replenish themselves. So they will have kind of deprived him slightly, not for no good reason, but just because that's what you're used to doing, basically.
I don't think Conor Benn will be much heavier than that on the night, a few pounds maybe.
I did ask him earlier, so we did manage to get some reaction from Conor Benn following his weigh, and I did ask him how much does he plan to make use of that space that he has, and he said he doesn't really need it. He said he's not a middleweight, he's comfortable where he's at. We haven't managed to get any reaction from Chris Eubank Jr. After this, he left the building, so we filmed him on his way out, but we've not managed to have a word with him. But as I say, we got that reaction from Conor Benn. He wasn't hanging around to see how Chris got on. He said he wanted to focus on himself. He'll head back to the hotel and enjoy some food, and as you say, try and get some sleep and relax. So thank you both for your thoughts. It's all happening here. If you missed the top, well, that is the breaking news that Chris Eubank Jr. has missed the middleweight weight limit by ½ an ounce. So fine margins here in East London, but it has cost him an awful lot of money.
Eleanor, thank you very much indeed. Wow, we have a breaking story. It just adds to the spice, the narrative around this huge fight. A reminder, our coverage gets started from 5 p.m. tomorrow. It's live on Sky Sports Box Office, the event available to Sky customers, but also non-Sky customers via the Sky Sports Box Office app in the UK and Ireland. Virgin Media and EE TV customers, just simply contact your operator and go to skysports.com/box office for more information.